Hi, I'm Fulya. Welcome to my flamenco lockdown taster session. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of flamenco. I'm not going to be wearing my shoes too much because it's kind of optional if you do wear them. In flamenco, shoes have only been worn for quite recently, maybe 100, 150 years or so. Before that, there is the history of flamenco anyway, and it comes originally from Indian dance. And in Indian dance, such as Bharatanatyam and Kathak, they do a lot of similar foot movements where they're not wearing shoes, they're actually stamping without wearing shoes. Having said that, if you want to take up flamenco seriously, the shoes are really, really exciting, a very exciting part of flamenco. And I personally have lots of different pairs because, well, you can, because it's what I do. So let me just show you a pair of professional flamenco shoes. Okay, so professional flamenco shoes are made of wood. So they are really, really heavy. And so they get this nice clunky sound very, very easily. And you can see here that they have a little bit of extra padding so that when you're doing things like stamping, your foot is cushioned basically. And also along here we have nails, individual nails hammered into the top here, which acts like taps in tap dancing. We also have them in the heels here. And professional shoes are basically they're musical instruments and they give you that lovely, lovely, lovely sound. And another reason why I absolutely adore flamenco. But like I say, if you're in lockdown and you don't have any shoes, it's okay. We can do the principles of flamenco together today anyway. If you do have some shoes with a little bit of a heel, you might want to pop them on. A little bit later on, I shall be putting my heels on. Okay, let's have a little go then. We're going to warm up first of all, so just follow along to the music. So we're going to begin by easing out our wrists, just some gentle circles here. And we're going to take it round the opposite way. And we're going to think about easing into our shoulders next. So gentle circles again. And let's take that the opposite way. Together, we're going to cross the arms, step forward, cross back, open them out. So we're just thinking opening and closing the arms, rocking on our feet. And we're just going to change to the foot that's in front, but keep the arms going, doing exactly the same thing. And we're going to come back to the spot now, and we're just going to gently lift the toes off the floor and tap them down. So we're just warming up into our ankles, and then when you're ready, think about just bringing the toe in and out, so you're pivoting on your heel here. And we shall come back to the centre. We're going to do the same that now with the heel, so lifting the heel off the floor and bringing that down. And then again, just a little pivot. This time it's like you're stubbing out a cigarette with your ball of your foot. When you're ready, just switch across, same on the other side. So tapping the toe. And then thinking in and out with the foot. So again, we're just pivoting on the heel of the foot here. And we're going to come back to the centre with the foot and do the same in the heel. So just lifting the heel off the floor. I'll show you a little bit more from the side there. And we're going to think about gently just taking the heel in and out, so pivoting on the ball of the foot. And let's draw some circles around now. So just some gentle circles on the floor. And we'll begin to ease that up a little bit, so we work into our hips. And then take it around the opposite way, bringing your leg inwards here. And then a nice wide stance. We're going to twist at the waist and dip at the knees. And when you're ready, come back, feet come in, we're bending into the knee here, we're reaching up on one side and we're doing the same on the other side, so you get a stretch down the side. So one knee is bending, reaching up with the arm, same arm, and then the other side. And if that feels okay, you can go a little bit quicker with that. And we're going to come back to our open stance here. We're going to think about doing a little bit of a squat, so a gentle hinging at your hips as you come over. Just helps to take any pressure out of the knees. Okay, so next time down, we're just going to rest our hands just above our knees here and drop our shoulder across to the opposite foot. We're going to then do the same on the other side. So we're just switching from one side to the other. So we're getting a nice stretch through the spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to think about toe heeling our feet in. So just thinking toe heel into hip width. And then here we're going to arch the back up towards the ceiling and then press it down to the floor so we hollow the back out. So we're arching up towards the ceiling and then pressing down and arching up and pressing down. So when you're ready, just release that arch if you feel okay too. We're coming over. Hands can either be on the floor or they can be on your shins, and we're bending into one knee and then the other knee. So just gently feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend into both knees, bring the hands to the side of one ankle, so we're stretching out the hip. And we'll come round to the other side. And then come back to the centre. Draw your tummy to your spine. We're going to come up vertebra by vertebra, bringing our head up last of all. And once you make it up to the top there, we're just going to give our shoulders a little bit of an ease out. Before we do anything, we're going to just take a little look at our posture. We're going to have our feet just a little bit apart. So imagine just popping your fist between your feet, and it's about that apart. Hip width, and we soften the knees. We think tail down, we pull our tummy in, we lengthen out of the waist, and we roll our shoulders up, back and down here. So in this nice lifted position of the chest, we're going to think about bringing one hand in front to about shoulder height, and we're just going to rotate the hand round, bringing the fingers up to the ceiling. So we take the hand outwards and bring the fingers back up to the ceiling. Now, as I'm doing this, I want to try and think about the movement happening through my wrist and not through the elbow. So I want to avoid this kind of movement with the elbow. So if your elbow's moving, just use your other hand to just hold your forearm, and that will help to train out that movement in the elbow. We'll try the same on the other side now. So again, just take a little look at your elbow, see if you need to hold on to your forearm, and if you do, that's okay, just hold on to it. So again, we're thinking fingers up to the ceiling, they come to the side, round and down, and then back up to the ceiling. Lovely. We're going to have a little roll out through our shoulders next. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to think about one of our marking steps, which is basically a lunge. And we're going to take the lunge on the diagonal. So my foot is going to come forward, and I'm going to keep my heel lifted off the floor for this one as well. And I'm just making sure that my weight comes forward onto this foot, but not too far. So I don't want to take the weight further than the knee there. So the knee doesn't want to go further than the toes, basically. So I don't want to go over the toes at all. So we're just coming to above the toes, and then we do exactly the same on the other side. So on my diagonal, I'm lunging out to the side and then coming back in. So each time I do this, the weight comes forward slightly, but not too far. I've still got the knee behind my toes. So just in case it helps you, I will turn this way for you. And rather than being on the diagonal, I will face this wall. So hopefully that will help you to kind of see what is front and back. So I'm thinking coming on the diagonal out, bringing my feet in line, coming out on the diagonal and bringing my feet in line. Now, as I do this, I could have a little go at bringing my arm out, rotating the wrist round, and then bringing my hand down to my hip. So as I do this, I could have a little go at rotating out with the wrist and then just bringing it in and down to my hip. So as I bring my foot forward, I just circle the hand and then bring it in and onto the hip. Coming out, coming on to the hip, circling out and coming onto the hip. Now, any of these hand movements are entirely optional. It took me about 3 or 4 years before I could add any hand movements. Until then, I kept my hands on my hips pretty much at all times, and it looks flamenco-y, so don't worry too much. Get the feet first and then worry about the hands later. Okay, so another part of that is after we've done the rotation outwards with the hand, we're going to do a rotation the opposite way. So let's just have a little think about that on its own. So in the same position as before, feet hip width, knees soft, tail down, lengthening up, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. We can hold the forearm, fingertips to the ceiling, but this time they come in towards your body and then come up to the ceiling. So we're coming in, down, then up. Coming in, down and up. So if you need to hold the forearm, do so. Otherwise, just keep your elbow lifted. Have a little go on the other side, so you're thinking coming inwards. So again, hold on to the elbow if you need to. So for our movement with our lunge, we're going to have a wrist circle that goes outwards. We're going to pull the hand back towards the shoulder and then in an inward circle with the wrist, and then bring the hand diagonally down the body. So we're going to circle out, we're going to bring the hand into the shoulder and then come down into the hip. So it may be that you just need to do this as an exercise for a while, and then you can later add it onto the lunge, or you might just want to have a go straight away, lunging. As you come in, you bring the hand to the shoulder, bringing the hand down to the hip, lunging on the diagonal, bringing the hand to the shoulder and then down to the hip. So lunging, bringing it in and down, lunging and bringing it in and down. Okay, so that's our first marking step. So for our next marking step, I'll show you the back view, and we're going to start with a stamp. So if I show you how we do our stamps in flamenco, what we don't do is we don't lift the leg in front like this. We always pull the leg back up and towards the bottom. So the leg comes up and then it drops down from a height. So you're not putting any muscular emphasis into this, you're just dropping your foot to the floor there, and that's what gives you that lovely stamping sound really. So never bringing the leg up in front or up like that, you just want to think about pulling it back and dropping the foot down from there. So if we have a little think about using that drop, we're going to do a turn. So I'm going to be in a V shape, so I'm going to face from this side to this side. So it's a little box step. So I'm thinking about doing my stamp, taking my foot behind, opening my feet out and then bringing my foot in. So I'm now facing opposite to where I started. So now on my left leg, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift the foot to my bum, drop it down. I'm going to take my right foot behind. I'm going to turn myself and then I'm going to just step in with the right foot. So I turn back to where I was. So I'm doing that on the diagonal of the room there because I think you can see my feet better. I'm actually going to do it this way just in case it helps with you being able to see with the flats of the room. So if I just turn this way, so this time thinking about that V shape, so that's where my audience is, on the flat of the room there, and I'm going to do a little V with my back towards you. So I'm dropping the foot down, I'm taking my foot behind and opening out, and I'm bringing my feet in line there. So I have this drop, my foot comes behind, I open the foot and then I step in together. So my V shape is basically facing my sofa. So I'm dropping the foot down, taking it behind, opening it out, stepping the foot in, dropping my foot down, taking it behind, opening, and then stepping my foot in there. Now, the optional hand arm movements with this are a circular movement in and down. So you could do this as two hands at once, coming up to chest level, and then just coming around. So if we turn the palms towards the ceiling and bringing the hands in towards the hips. So we have this outwards big circular motion, and then we bring the hands into the hips. So we have this out, back, and down. So if I just show you face on with that then, so on the diagonal, I'm thinking step, behind, open, place, and step, behind, open, place. So I have my stamp, behind, open, place. I have my stamp, behind, open and place. So because I have a skirt on, I could do that movement with the skirt. So basically it just means that my right hand is a little bit lower because I'm holding my skirt on that side. So I have this and around. So if I show you the back view this time, and if I show you flat onto here, so the V shape is to the side. So we're thinking down onto the point of the V, behind the point of the V, opening and then facing where I started. So the same again, so my hands do the same, in and place. So I have a stamp, behind, in, place, and stamp, behind, in and place. So another huge part of flamenco is palmas. And when we do palmas, we don't want to be kind of in and insular like this. We want to have our chest out, we want to have space in our armpits, and we want to have a nice proud posture like so. So with the palmas, we're thinking about making a cup really in the palm of our left hand. So to do that, just bring your middle finger forward slightly, and that just instantly rounds out the palm of your hand. And then the right hand is going to connect inwards, making this nice muted palm clap here. So same on this hand, I'm just thinking about the second finger pushing through. So on this hand, I have my hand going outwards, and this hand is vertical. So that one's horizontal, that one's vertical. So I'll turn this way. So right hand is vertical, left hand horizontal, and we're clapping like this. So we're going to clap 2, 3, 4. So there'll be a pause on the 1. So we'll have 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So the very last one, we're not going to do the fourth, we're just going to do 2 and 3. So let's have a little go with the music. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So when we've done our palmas and our clapping, we're going to go into doing our first marking step, and that's going to happen before the guitar actually comes in. So we'll have a little go at putting that together. So we're going to think about doing our clapping. So we have 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. We come forward with our right foot. We bring it into the shoulder. We bring the hand down. We come forward with the left foot. We bring the hand into the shoulder and we bring it down. We're then going to go into the stamp with the turn. So we have our stamp, behind, open and place, and stamp, behind, open and place. Okay, so let's just give that a go again. So we have 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and forward, back and down and forward, back and down, and then stamp, behind, open, place, and stamp, behind, open and place. Let's try that with the music. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So we get the lunge, we bring it in, we bring it down, other side. We bring it to the shoulder and down. We have the stamp, behind, open and place, and stamp, behind, open and place. Now, because this music repeats, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to start lunging the opposite way now. So we're going to think about doing our lunge to our left to begin with. We're going to bring that in and then bring it down, and then we're going to go to the right. We're going to bring it in and we're going to bring it down, and this time we're going to do the stamp starting with the left side. So we have the stamp, behind, open and place, and then again stamp, behind and open and place. So this time I will add in the skirt for you as well. So if we put the two together, so we have our claps to begin with. So we have 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. We come forward, we bring the hand in, we bring it down, we do it on the left, we bring the hand in, we bring that down. We go into the stamp, the behind, the open and place, and then again stamp, behind, open and place. So this time we're going to lunge out to the left, bring the hand in, bring it down, come out on the right, bring the hand in and bring it down. So left foot stamp, behind, open and place, and right foot stamp, behind, open and place. So we shall try all of that with the music. So we have one final little section to add in here, which is a little bit of body percussion and a little bit of a stamping too. So if we go back to that idea of bringing the foot up and bringing the foot down flat for our stamp, instead of having a flat foot, we're going to come down with the ball of the foot. So we're just digging into the floor here. So we have this dig, and then we're going to bring our heel down. So we come back, dig, and then bring the heel down. And we can do the same on the other side. So we're thinking about pulling back, digging, and coming down. So we're just going to have two of those. So if I turn here, we're going to go with the right foot first. So we're going to go toe, heel, and then we're just going to have a clap in front, and we're going to slap the chest on the other side, thigh, and then the other thigh. So we have da, 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 da. Okay, so with the back view, clap, right, left, da, 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 clap, right, left, clap, right, left. So you have to be very careful with these. If you get a little bit vigorous, you can end up with big red hand prints on here. So just be a little bit careful with that. So we're going to have our toe heel back. So we'll start with the right, and I shall mirror you. So we have toe, heel, clap, da, 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 da. Okay, so from the back view. So we have toe, heel, clap, da, 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 da. Okay, so that's our first part. Now the second part is going to be a clap in front. We're going to bring our thigh up. Actually, I'll mirror you, so it'll be the right thigh first. So it's clap, 2, 3. So we have clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down, and we'll do the same on the other side. Clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down, clap, thigh, down. Okay, so we have da 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 da, and then we're going to do the two stamps again, da da at the end, and with our da da, we're just going to take our right hand and just flip it as we bring it in front of the body and up. So we just bring it down to our hips, turn it the other way around, bring it above your head. So it's just like so. So if I show you the back view, so we're going to have toe heel first. So we have toe, heel, clap, da 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 da, clap, thigh flat, then right, left. And that's called a remate, and that is the ending of our section. So let's try that with music. So time to cool down. We're going to think about just rolling through our feet. So just bringing the foot up on the ball of the foot, rolling down. Same on the other side. And if you like, you can just switch the weight. So you just switch from one to the side. If you've been wearing heels, this is a really nice one to do. And we're just going to circle the feet around. And then have a little roll through our shoulders, taking a wide stance here. We're going to take a deep breath in, so bending in your knees, breathing in, bringing your arms up. And then we're going to breathe out and bring the hands down. So again, breath in, coming up. And breathing out and coming down. So we're just going to think one more time. Taking the hands above the head, breathing normally, toe heel your feet to hip width. And then gently circle your hips round. Change direction, go the other way. And then turn it into an 8 and ooze your hands down. So feet hip width, we're going to bring the arm across, hold above the elbow, feel the stretch to the shoulder, have a wriggle of your fingers. And then ease down. We're going to do the same on the other side. Arm across, hold above the elbow, wriggle your fingers. And ease that down. Bring in your arm up and over. Rest your hand on your shoulder if you can reach there. Use your other hand to just push you back. And then easing it down. We'll do the same now, but on the other side. Ease that down, hand to your hip, reach up over the top of your head to stretch your side. And then ease that down, same on the other side, reach the hand up, take it over the head. And then easing down. Knees soft, we're going to hug a tree in front, bring the head down, feel the stretch to the back of the neck. And then take that behind. You can either rest your hands on your bum or interlink your fingers. Circle your shoulders back once for your chest stretch. And then releasing. Leg stretches, take a step back here. Raising the heel, we bend the knees, tilt the pelvis to stretch the thigh. And then bring your heel down, bring the weight forward, bring the stretch to the back leg. in, raise your toes, pull your tummy in, hinge forward at your hips. So weight's on the bent back leg rather than the straight one. Come up to straight, step the back foot in, bending into the back knee. Feel the stretch into the back calf here. And then just tap that leg, march it out. We'll do the same on the other side. So the leg you tapped, that's the one that's in front now. So take the other foot back, tucking your tail pelvis here. So your knees are soft, tuck the pelvis, feel the stretch to the calf. And then bring the heel down, weight forward, stretch the leg that's behind you. Step the back foot in, raise toes on the front foot, your tummy, hinge forward at your hips. Coming up to straight, stepping the back foot in, bending the back knee, weight into the heel of the back leg, and then march that out. So we'll do a few back stretches without the music. Thinking tucking the tail here, we're rounding into the lower back, stretching out that lower back. And then only if you're okay to continue, bend your knees, hands just above your knees there, push your belly down to hollow your back, and then arch the centre of the back towards the ceiling and up, and then press down to the floor again, and arch upwards. So at this point, releasing your arch, we're going to come over, hands can either be on your shins or they can be on the floor. We're going to alternately bend and straighten in the knees here to feel a stretch down the back of the straightening leg. And then bending into both knees, walking your hands to the side of one ankle for your hip stretch. And then round to the side of the other ankle. Coming back to the centre when you're ready, draw your tummy to your spine, roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra. Head's coming up last of all, and easing into your shoulders once you make it up top. So I'd just like to thank you for joining me. Please go to my website www.cookiekaftan.co.uk if you're interested in taking any classes with me. Thank you.